first time I heard a song from today's album, I was homesick from school. It was 2004, so I was 12, maybe 13 years old. I was watching MTV2 all day because what else do you do when you're sick and home alone? I know what you're thinking, and shame on you. Regular MTV sucked, and I had absolutely no interest in watching Laguna Beach and Cribs. So this video comes on MTV2. I had found my musical soulmate. I just had to know more about who this band was and why they were so good, and if they had any other good songs that I could also become obsessed with. The song that I heard was Hysteria by Muse. It was love at first baseline. I heard it and just bam, never the same. I just needed to listen to it for the rest of the day. You'll find that's a common theme for me. I am very, very fond of the repeat one. If you ever look at my iTunes on my old computer, you will see which songs have been on repeat one and for how long. It wasn't until 8 years later that I was actually beyond obsessed with this band, but this is where I first heard them. In subsequent years, I have just played and played and played and played this album. Mostly the CD, actually, because in 2004, I did not have a turntable. So once I got more and more into vinyl records, this was on my must-have list. And when I finally found it, I was so happy. And I just grabbed it and hugged it and called it my own. I might have sounded a little bit like Gollum professing his love for the precious. I bought it without hesitation. This album makes me so happy. Whenever I listen to Absolution by Muse, I end up doing something a little bit like this. And something a little bit like this. And every time I do that, I just hope my neighbors are out somewhere or not home from work, or they just don't care, because I crank that thing pretty loud. I just love playing along with it. I learned how to play Hysteria on the guitar. I know I learned the bass part, but for me that was the part that excited me the most, was the bass part. But I didn't have a bass. I still don't have a bass, so I have to play it on guitar, and I think it's a lot of fun to play. I also figured out how to play bits and pieces of Stockholm Syndrome. That song is really fast, so I'm not super great at it, but I have a lot of fun playing it, so if you're gonna hate, you can wait. My Super Muse phase probably started around late 2012, early 2013, and I am sure my friends were so annoyed by me just talking about Muse all day, every day. I didn't want to listen to anything else. I didn't want to talk about anything else. My life was consumed by them. I even spent a couple nights in watching live performances and making red glitter shoes. I have this weird little thing for Matt Bellamy, and it's kind of embarrassing, but he's probably one of my favorite people, which is super weird because he's super weird, but I can't help it. I'm pretty sure it's just a talent crush because he's so good at guitar and writing songs. This album is so solid. Oh, I didn't even mention my favorite track on here yet. My favorite track on here is by far The Small Print. I listened to this album a lot as a youth. It wasn't until 3 years ago, when I was in my ridiculous Muse phase, that I actually listened to The Small Print. And it was a song I made all of my friends listen to, and I just kept saying, guys, you have to listen to this song, it's so good. I would get mad at them in my head because they wouldn't be as obsessed with it as I was. I didn't get it. I did not understand why other people were not super into that song. I still don't get it because The Small Print is such a good song. If you have not heard The Small Print, you need to stop watching this video right now and you need to go listen to The Small Print. It's one of my favorite Muse songs. It's second to Dead Star, so go listen to it right now. That's what you need to do. That is your homework. Time Is Running Out is also really cool. I remember seeing that video for the first time and thinking, this band is so cool. And now I know this band is not cool, but they are cool, but they're not cool, you know? Thank you so much for watching today's episode of May Record a Day. I put one of these out every single day this month and probably a little bit into June because I got a late start. Tune in tomorrow for day 9. I haven't decided what day 9 is going to be yet, but we'll see where the wind takes me. That was really dumb, but I like dumb things. Dumb things are cool. Muse is dumb, so therefore Muse is cool. Make sure you listen to The Small Print.